when we extrapolate this backwards, we're going backwards and saying, okay, everything is always the way it always was. Well, we know that's not possible. There has to be a first cause. And what some people will do is they'll say, well, in the beginning was Adam and matter, and it has existed forever. But then at the same time we say, well, there's all this chaos and this randomness, and it's time and chance that produce everything. You can't have it both ways. If you're saying it's random chances and changes in the way we see things operate, and then you turn around and say, well, everything has been consistent, you're saying two different things. You're extrapolating backwards to philosophical presuppositions. See, if you say God did not create the universe, that's an assumption. So now we go back and we say, okay, well, based on that assumption then, we're going to project that flow rate in the middle of that hourglass has always been the same. We're going to say, if we could take a time machine, remember, how many of you are old enough to remember Mr. Peabody's time machine? I'm dating myself. The Wayback Machine, and we were to go back to day 7, and we were to pick up something and radiometric date it, or carbon date it, or there are lots of different kinds of isotope dating methods. If we have a functional universe, we have a universe that was created so it could function, it's not going to read day 7. We can't even measure that accurate, obviously, but the issue is that if it's going to function, certain things have to exist to make it function. It's not deceptive to have a parent age when you're creating a functional universe. So radiometric dating is based on the assumption that it's attempting to prove. That's circular reasoning. See, if indeed God did create the universe, then radiometric dating cannot be true. Unless you assume the claim of the method doesn't work. And that doesn't even account for the fact that if you look at the rate group, there's a group that's been doing research on radiometric dating in the age of the Earth. They take specimens and send them to different laboratories and get radically different dates. Or they take a specimen where we know when that was created. From Mount St. Helens. I don't know how many of you remember Mount St. Helens blew up several decades ago, and we have it on video. So we know when those rocks came about. And we send them in, and they're dated ancient rocks. Well, that's not what happened. So, not only is the system unreliable in terms of consistency in the method that it claims to use, or the claims of the accuracy of the method have been proven to be unreliable, but it's also based on false philosophical assumptions. But we've created this whole myth and aurora, of, well, scientists know that about so many billion years ago. How do they know that? They don't. It's a myth. It's an assumption. It's based on a presuppositional bias. Look at the facts. Look at the evidence. Look at the inconsistencies in the philosophy behind the methodology. The Earth is not very old.